Hey there folks, and welcome back to Space Engineers Survival Season 2. Isn't that a pretty view? And isn't that a pretty view too? So a lot of you have asked, in fact it was the most requested thing I've had so far, to build a mech. And I'm guessing this is what you meant by mech, like a mechanical sort of walker. And yep, that's it. Nope. No, I'm just kidding. Let's actually take a look at this thing. It is technically functional. It has two joints for rotation, for up and down rotation for the legs, so it has quite a bit of mobility that way. It doesn't, I mean, it technically walks, but it's incredibly difficult to get anything like this to walk. However, despite that, I have made it a very quite functional stationary turret for the time being, and we'll take a look at that. And also there is a rotational turret right there that lets it rotate horizontally, and the other ones let it rotate vertically. And on here we have 6 missile launchers, which you can load from the back. Unfortunately, I did not add an automated loading system, but that would have made this thing pretty huge. And I wanted it to look at least like a mech. And we also have 2 Gatling guns right there. Most of the internal workings, well, right here we have some mass, so if we ever do get this thing to walk, the legs will point downwards, if there is gravity, and then there's a nuclear reactor there for backup power, there and there. However, most of the power is made on the head of the unit, and that's going to be right here. 3 nuclear reactors, and down below those nuclear reactors, I don't know if you can tell, but there are 3 gyroscopes which help this thing move around from side to side and up and down. Well, side to side it really doesn't move very well. However, it does move up and down quite well. So let's take a look at that. Let's hop in here. I know a lot of you probably wanted me to build this on camera. However, it took 4 hours just to design the thing. So I'm pretty sure it would have taken like 8 episodes to build if that would have been the... Well, actually, probably would have only taken like 4 to 5 episodes to build. But I know you guys wanted it, and you wanted it now, so here it is. So I decided to build it off screen for you guys. Alright. So, as you can see, it moves up and down pretty well. And one of the things they've added recently in the update, in a past update, I'm not sure which one, I think it was last update or the update before that, if you're watching on the day that I released this, they have allowed you to, if you press G, you can see all these rotor blocks, or all the blocks in general on your ship, and you can drag them into your toolbars. So this is the top rotator button, or the top rotate is what I labeled it, but it's the top rotor, which allows the cab of the mech and the missiles on top to rotate horizontally. So what I did was I dragged that down here, and it pretty much gives you all the options for it. And I'll just do toggle on and off. So what I did was I have this to rotate increase velocity, rotate decrease velocity, and now I have this to toggle on and off. So if I press 1, it starts rotating. If I press 2, it stops, and I can rotate it the other way, or I can rotate really, really quickly, and so on and so forth, and done. So, oh crap, I think I damaged something. But yeah, it's fairly awesome, at least in my opinion. Oh, let's rotate it back to the 0 degree. Oh, nope. Still getting used to it, but there you go. And I don't have any missiles in it right now because, well, there's nothing to shoot at. And you can kind of see I'm kind of trying to move it just using the gyroscopes. It doesn't really work. I'd have to add more gyroscopes to make the thing work without actually moving the rotors themselves. However, I can move it up and down pretty easily, which is kind of interesting because there's 2 rotors holding it horizontally, or vertically, yet there's only one holding it horizontally, and the one holding it horizontally is a lot harder to turn than the one holding it vertically, or the 2 holding it vertically. I'm not really sure what's up with that, but anywho. Alright, so that isn't the only thing that we're going to do this episode, was look at that. Otherwise it'd be a pretty short episode. The other thing that we're going to do is a couple of people have suggested that we redo the ripsaw, or at least parts of the ripsaw, so it's a little bit better, because you know I always ding up my ship. So we're going to do that, and as well as that, we're going to take a look at the update that they've just updated. If you're watching this on the day of the release, they have released button panels. So what button panels do is they essentially do the same thing as being able to drag, well, you know, when we were in here and I was able to rotate the turret side to side by pressing the buttons, essentially you can program, well, not necessarily program, but you can tell the button panel when you press it to do a certain task. I don't actually have one built, so why don't we build one so I can show you exactly what it does. We can build them on a small ship too. Can I build it here? I need steel plate. I don't have anything on me right now. So let's go get the stuff that we need to build this, which is just interior plate, computer, and steel plate. Okay. And then we'll show you how this thing works. We're going to put it on a small ship, but that should be just fine. Steel plate. I think it only needed 2. We need an interior plate, one of them. And we also needed, what was it? Computer component, probably. No, construction. Oh yeah, it was a computer. Do we have a computer anywhere? Maybe in our assembler. Production. Oop. How about you build some computers? No, you don't need to build that. Oh, no. Okay, that's all we need. So we'll go to the inventory, grab, nope, I wanted to grab the computer. There we go. Now let's build the button and show you what it does for the button panel. Rather, there we go. We're going to remove this from our ship. We just want to show you what it does. Okay. So let's go here. We can go to our control panel. Where is the... Where did we put that? That's going to be the button panel. Anyone can use it. Alright. And we go here. I believe we press K. And what you do is you just drag in whatever you want. And there's only 1 slot for the small ships. There are 4 slots that you can use for the large ships. And we can say landing gear. Whoops, we drag it down there, I'm sorry. And then we can just do auto lock on. And then whenever we, or rather, toggle block on and off. There we go. Alright. So whenever we press this, one of our landing gear should turn on and off. If we press it, T, which one of our landing gear? Maybe it's a landing gear that I don't have anymore, or it's a landing gear somewhere else on the station. I didn't think of that. But that is essentially what they do. You can tell it to do whatever you want, and it will do it. Or you could, you know, toggle rockets on and off so you can fire your rockets, or so on and so forth. But that is that. And the button panel for the large ship looks pretty cool, but we're not going to build it right now because it requires resources, which we do have, but they're going to be saved for the big ship over there that is going to take an eternity to finish. I've spent probably a good 24 hours on it already, and it's probably going to take even longer to finish. Maybe I can get some help from some people online. Who knows? That would certainly help speed up the process, because I don't have all day to work on these, unfortunately, even though I would like to. Alright. So for grinders, I wonder if, can we put some grinders underneath here? Yeah, let's put another row of grinders underneath. And that should actually probably be good for modifying this. Because I don't think we... I mean, sometimes we damage this, but that was just due to the fact that we were careless. However, the bottom side of that always gets destroyed no matter what we do, because we really can't see the bottom side that well. Which is why if we put grinders on the bottom side, they'll just grind away anything it touches instead of, well, getting destroyed. Let's just grind away all these heavy armor slopes. Oh. Is my inventory full or something? Oh, no. I was just having trouble grinding it for some reason. Alright. Let's keep on grinding these guys. And what I think I'm going to do with this ship, I know I'm getting sidetracked, is this hangar, you know, I said maybe we'll put the big ships in it. I don't think we're actually going to put the big ships in the hangar itself. What we're going to do is we're going to have one door on each side. Well, actually, yeah, one door on each side that will open up from side to side. And there will actually be 2 levels of the hangar bay that we'll use for small ships. And the larger ships, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little area on the side where they can either dock using these landing gear or actually dock using merge blocks. And that's the way that large ships will be able to dock to this big capital ship. But that's for a later episode. Because I realized the Ghost is probably one of my smaller large ships, and it still has a hard time fitting, so there's no way we're going to be able to fit our large ships in there, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. Oh, I thought these were slope blocks. They're so bent, they look like slope blocks. Alright. And we also need to destroy this row as well. There we go. I think that's all we needed to do. Let's fix up these blocks on the end. And we're gonna keep these here. Ooh, there we go. Alright, and we're just going to do the same thing we did for the other array up top, is we're going to continue putting conveyors there, conveyor tubes, and then the big old grinders. I know some people mentioned that I put them up and down. Well, I should have done that to begin with, but it'd actually be more work grinding them all away and putting them so these large containers can just empty out into one. Because if I would flip these, I believe flip them vertically, these large, whatever you want to call them, doors, would be touching, so I wouldn't actually have to have these conveyors and conveyor tubes. I mean, that would... you know what, I'm kind of really do want to do that, because I would save a lot of space on this ship. In fact, you know what? Whoever mentioned that, you win. You win the prize. I'm going to do that, so cue the montage. See you guys in a bit. Alright, and we're done grinding. So, the idea for making this now is that we're going to use these two conveyors to attach to our grinders, which will all attach to each other, so we don't have to have that massive conveyor system going on. So, if we do it like this... Oh, I need steel plate first. But if I do it like this, and attach them like this, and we attach them sideways to each other, they'll be perfectly fine because they should move through each other, so... And if that doesn't work, whoever suggested this, no, I'm sure it'll work. I'm sure it will work just fine. So let's do, I don't know, 1,000 of that should be just dandy. And we should actually save on resources, quite a lot actually. Let's place a whole bunch of these. Because we can now. We will have to have, if we extend the row up and down, we will have to extend the conveyors up and down as well. There we go. I just realized I'm going to have to grind off the front of my ship because it's too far forward over there. There we go. So that's 3 off of the edge. And then we'll put one more row below this. That will be good. And that means we need to put some conveyor, or one conveyor down, just one conveyor. That's it. Right there. Perfect. And then that should do it. Now we just need to finish making these. Now this ship is going to be one beast of a grinder. You thought it was good before. Holy crap. It's going to be great now. Nope. I misplaced that one. Oh, did I? No, I thought I misplaced it. But I didn't. Sweet. One more, and that will do it. Now for fixing up this, we can just use light armor blocks. Just plug the hole with that. There we go. Oop, that one is a misplaced block. There we go. We'll grind away that misplaced one. There we go. And let's see. That's right, we need to grind these away. Which means I think we're going to have to change the front of the ship because I think this is... Well, maybe we'll put glass on here. I think this was... We made the ripsaw before there was glass. Did we? Yeah, I think we did. Wow, this ship is ancient. Didn't realize that. Let's just weld away some couple parts so we can pick those up. Just trying to get rid of the stuff in my inventory so I can pick up those steel plates. Don't necessarily want to weld everything right now, but... And... There we go. There. I'm going to empty everything out and then we'll grind away those blocks and see where we are. In fact, I think we might just use our welder ship to finish this. I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it? That's what we built it for. Okay, so we won't have to remake the front of the ship, although it will look kind of weird. Alright, let's grind away this. And we're done. Okay. So that's going to be a very odd looking front of the ship. I think we'll do something with it eventually. Nah, let's just do something with it now. There we go. What we're going to do is we're going to put some window slopes on it. I believe those are the wrong ones. We want the window slope. Or is there only one window slope? I need girders, though, which I don't have on me. And also, wow, he dented the front of this ship fairly well. Alright, let's go get some girders so we can place those blocks down. Girders, there we go. I believe that's the correct way. Well, we'll find out eventually, when it's finished being made. It'll still look kind of weird. Wonder what else we could do to make this a little more even, not so weird looking. Well, that's for another time. However, right now, I'm going to do a little time lapse where we take our welder ship and finish this. So see you guys back in a bit. Alright folks, and we're done. So that is a wall of grinders if I've ever seen one. And yes, we've finally brought it into the new age with putting glass on that. Alright, so let's have some fun with this, shall we? Let's just go for a little test drive to see how she works. Hopefully we don't have to put another reactor in here. Let's see. Well, yeah, power usage is still fine. Well, let's see how well it grinds. Well, the answer to that would be extremely well. Yeah, there's nothing that can stop this thing. Well, apart from missiles. This thing just eats through ships like nothing is there. Well, isn't that awesome? Now let's make sure they're actually going into the cargo containers and not staying in the grinders. So let's go into our inventory. Yeah, everything is out of the grinders. So, whoever suggested this design, you are pretty awesome, and yeah, 10 cool internet points to you. Alright, well, that is awesome. Yeah, look at all that stuff we got. So many things. Alright, let's back on up, and let's take a look. Yeah, and we can actually see out of the front. Isn't that fancy? Alright, well I think that will do it for this episode. Thank you folks for watching, keep the suggestions coming, and I will see you folks next time. Ooh.